was
There's the manifest.
good. Yeah, I didn't see the second one.
Yeah, it's just the 500,000 for the school.
It just.
Well, I didn't think I needed to send that out for a preview. I figured you guys, did you see it? No.
What would happen if we didn't sign it?
Okay.
We set?
I'm sorry.
Are we set?
I am, yeah.
Dan, are you set? Are you still reading for a sec?
No, I'm set.
You're set.
I read all this last night, and just rereading it.
Yeah. It was good. I read it all yesterday afternoon. Huh, this one doesn't have a signature line.
It doesn't?
Hmm.
Oh, cause that's the, that, yeah, you'll need to sign that one on that.
On that.
Yeah. That's the one where I, put it into a PDF and saved it in the program, and then, when you go back, usually I print it first, but I forgot to. Then when you go back, you are not allowed to print it again, and it literally,
That's
you
done.
can't create it again. So, I was like, oh my gosh.
Sometimes I get very frustrated with
Yep.
technology. Okay, it is 9 a.m. We are here, fresh and perky. Looking forward to a short meeting. And I will open the meeting, and we begin our meetings as usual with a public comment time. And we have Rich Brown with us.
Good morning.
Good
He's
morning.
not here for public comment, he's here to
Of course I
film us.
am.
He always has a public comment.
I do. And I looked briefly at the agenda, and it looks like you're not gonna be talking about the committee handbook.
Correct.
Okay, good. 'Cause I read it correctly.
Very good.
I
Get
s-
an A on reading.
Okay, and I assume it'll come back round in
Yep.
due time.
Yeah, I think we probably have it next time when the three of us are here.
No,
Yep.
I was gonna get that done by
We're still waiting for one thing from Naomi,
Yeah.
and that's important.
Oh, he's gonna keep it.
Yeah,
Build it both.
I was also hoping we
So
could
does he have a CLD and all that?
have at it.
Me
Okay.
too.
the boxes away, we might as well play.
I know.
Well, I think you better not play without Naomi's advice.
I know,
You can
I
talk
know.
about David all you want without him, but
And do we have someone on Zoom?
Jordan's listening
Hey,
in.
Jordan, welcome.
And actually, if I may ask, who's Naomi?
Naomi is town council,
Town council, okay.
one of several.
Mitchell,
Mitchell Municipal.
Mitchell Municipal, right, yep,
Walter Mitchell, Laura Spector Morgan,
right.
He's been in.
Naomi's last name escapes me.
Butterfield.
Butterfield, I think,
Okay.
yeah.
And Joe,
Yes.
whatever his last name is. Joe, our
Well,
buddy Joe.
Good,
Can't
thank
remember
you.
his last
it's an old established firm. We know Walter from forever,
Oh, gosh.
Right.
and then Laura almost from forever, and
Mhm. And now Naomi Butterfield.
Naomi, and then Joe.
Okay, thank you.
Cast of characters,
Yeah,
all
they-
with different specialties,
I was gonna say they each have their own specialty, yeah.
and they do strictly municipal law.
Yes, right. And Bernie Wall was there.
No, no,
No?
no. Bernie first was at the Municipal Association for many years, and then he moved to a law firm in Lebanon. I'm not
Okay,
sure interested.
all right, I'm wrong. Fine. I've been wrong before, too. Thank you.
Mark this down.
Join the club. We've all been wrong, that's right.
So, with no other public comments, we will move
Well,
along.
we just have our tractor, but he doesn't.
Okay, we'll move along to the May 24th, 2023 minutes.
I'm having a hard time hearing.
Thank you, Ben, and I will second them, and all those in favor say aye.
Yeah, no,
Okay, Judy, aye. And next on the agenda, the manifest. We have two manifests. We have one manifest for $500,000. Dina, thanks for putting the numbers on the agenda, and that's for the school. And we have another manifest for the town, and I will read it off, the manifest, but it's also on the agenda, $61,636.04. What do we wish to do with the manifests?
I'll move it.
You'll move them both?
Yeah,
I will second them both. Those in favor say aye.
Ben,
Judy, aye.
And that came from my workshop,
To put the numbers,
one of my classes I took. Yes, they really encourage you to put the numbers, not only in your minutes, which we usually do, but also in
on
the
the
agenda.
agenda. I usually handwrite them in, but it's great having them
Right.
there to start. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a request to approve the request that will go to the bank for the TAN. And the TAN is a tax anticipation note, tides the town over till the taxes go out in the fall. And this amount is $3,500,000.
Yes.
And I will move approval of the application for the town in the amount of $3,500,000.
I'll second
Thank you, Ben. All those in favor say aye.
it. Ben,
And Judy, aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. We like to be able to pay our bills.
Now
Yes,
we
we
can stay
do.
open for another year.
Right.
Maybe we could give a lesson to those folks in Washington.
Okay.
Here's how it works, in case they're curious.
That's right.
Let's see, we also got, it's not on the agenda, we got a little letter from, our utility appraiser, George Sansucci, with an update about the sale of telephone poles from Consolidated Communications to the Public Service Company of New Hampshire. I read through this. I would need to read through this about 10 more times before my brain could wrap around it, but
Yeah, I'm
It
not
doesn't-
sure, it's still, what we got was it's essentially a pole permit, whatever. And they are making that move, it's not finalized, they're still working on it. I sent it to George because I wasn't sure what we were supposed to do with it. So he was just explaining what was going on. So there's no action that needs to be taken, and
Good.
essentially,
It's
at
just a
some
notice.
point, you know,
This-
they're doing their update right now of values, so it's gonna affect, you know,
it's
how
sad.
everything happens, but it'll be fine.
Yeah, it looks like it's not really gonna affect us, except we may get some savings. That's the little piece that I saw.
Eventually, once everything is all settled, but yes, it's just gonna take some time.
Ben, you were gonna say?
Right, it's been going on here for years, seems like it's a little telling, when they get all done, they don't wanna pay any taxes on.
Well, the utilities do, you know, balk a little bit at their assessments, but I think it's interesting that one company will now own all of the poles instead of Eversource some, and, you know, New Hampshire Electric, the phone company some, and
Yeah.
so I think that might make it cleaner.
Didn't we, cost us some just a couple of years ago, if I remember.
Cost us, we had an abatement, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's been
Yeah,
a lawsuit
we've had two.
ongoing for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, each year, Eversource and New Hampshire, well, it's Consolidated Communication now, you know, generally applies for an
They
abatement.
peg away at us.
Yep,
Yes,
but we have made an agreement with them, so I don't believe at least Consolidated will have one this year.
Next year.
So,
okay. Next, we have two oaths of office.
We
mhm.
have a pen, Judy has
I
that.
have,
I'm using my red one, so you can use that one.
okay. So this first one is for David Perlman to become a member of the Lyme Electric Aggregation Committee, LEAC.
Mhm.
And I will move appointment of him, and I think we've already moved appointments, so we just need to sign.
I don't think so, well, I
No,
don't know for
let's do it
sure.
again.
We'll do it, okay.
When in doubt, we'll move.
Yeah,
Okay, I will move David Perlman
I'll
for.
second it. Ben,
I just don't know.
Hold on, Ben, I can't write that fast. Okay, and Judy, aye. So David Perlman is approved to become a member, and we have an oath of office to sign.
Yeah, I didn't see it in a minute, so it could be I missed it, so.
talked about it.
Yes, it was chatted about.
All right, good to do. This goes back to my buddy
Thank
over there.
you.
And then the next oath of office, can't talk, is for Deborah Killam. And we may need to wait until our next meeting to approve this.
I think
Not that it makes any difference.
No, she's been working for a while.
Right, well, this
So-
is just assigning her to some, a little different thing, but I don't, yeah,
Okay,
it probably is
Assistant
better just
to the
because it's
town
your
clerk.
wife. That you
Believe
wait.
me, I have very little to say about it.
I believe you, I believe you.
okay, so,
Incidentally, it sounds like Emily's working out pretty well.
yes, we're very
That's the other
excited.
thing you're gonna do, but
We'll-
yeah, absolutely.
We will do
She's a
that.
pleasure,
Bright young girl.
young and bright and personable, and it's great.
And we'll probably have her come in and meet with us, I'm hoping, at the next meeting. So we get a little one-on-one. Everybody gets to say hello. So this is next meeting, this is next meeting, all right. We have 3 intents to cut.
Mm-hmm.
And those would be, the first one is out on Dorchester Road, map 414, lot 40. And then I will have you take a gander, and then,
No, I assume this is Karina's lot.
it's,
Yes, it's where, yeah, right next to.
and my understanding is we need to move these along, we're not allowed to take a long time to look at them, and did I see an update on
They're
that?
supposed to, well, there's a,
Process.
this is a good time to talk about that bill, the new bill that passed. They have, and this has always been true, there's 15 days, the municipality has 15 days to act on them and
Mhm.
say yes or no. Sometimes municipalities, due to meetings and other things, don't act right away. So this new, bill will allow a logger to notify the DRA that they have, submitted the intent to cut, and if it's not signed in the 15 days, they can
go-
move ahead and start the job. And then the town can process it as they normally would.
And what happens, does the bill say what happens if then the town says, no, we can't grant this?
Well, the only
We've never
reason,
done that.
well, the only reason why the town could say, no, we can't grant this is if they have not paid their taxes.
Okay,
So then,
Or
Jordan's
if-
finding out what would happen.
okay, or if they're in a wetland or some other place where they're not supposed to be.
Well, if they're in a wetland, they can still move ahead, but they have to do the things they're supposed to do.
Right,
And if
They have
they've
best
notified the DRA.
management practices.
And if they've notified the DRA that they're starting and they're doing it wrong, well then, again, Jordan's
There'll be
finding
other
out what to-
consequences.
I
Well,
believe there will be.
the state sends their rangers around to check on all the logging jobs, so.
yeah, I worked with a
Sometimes
couple.
They get
in
another level of review after they get their intent to cut.
Correct. Once they start the job, generally,
That little red
somebody
truck
comes
pulls up.
around and
Yep.
checks on it,
Yep.
so.
So, we've got this one on Dorchester Road, you looked at it, it's okay to go,
Yeah, it's an acre and a half, so it's
Mhm.
not,
not a big deal.
Right.
So, okay,
you know,
We'll-
I don't know if we could simplify these any,
I know what you're gonna say, no.
no.
The assessing officials technically still have to sign it.
okay,
And again, Jordan was double checking on that, but when you read the bill,
I'd have you sign
it says the assessing, if you guys are, the Board of Selectmen is officially the assessing, but she's asking that too.
so you have the original one for Ben to sign?
He has it
He's
right
got it.
there, yeah.
Okay,
So at the next meeting, I should have the answer to that. If that would, and that would really simplify it, wouldn't it?
Well, then they could come in and go out, they wouldn't have to be held up.
If
For
they
2
could
weeks
come in and
for
go
a
out within a
meeting.
couple days, exactly, yeah. Yep,
I do it on the level of how the size of the cut one goes.
right,
right,
right.
okay, and the next one coming up is, map 411, lot 11, Goose Pond Road.
That's Jim and Dale Mason, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, quarter acre.
Right, these are, yeah, small.
Yeah, so these are pretty
This one's a
small.
bigger one.
Lot 11, Goose Pond. Okay, and
Well, he's
the last one that we have is map 402, lot 19 on Preston Road. And how big is that cut?
146 acres.
Oh, that's more significant. And I guess that's, Mr. Stein.
Mm-hmm,
But they're not cutting a lot of stuff like.
no. I was gonna say the lot, it's a big lot, but it doesn't look like the cut's gonna be.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And we have a report of woodcut. That'll be map 409, lot 98, with a, I don't know if it's called a tax or a fee of
It's a tax.
$1,585.33 on his cut. Cut assessed value was $15,853.29. It's a 10%
Unfortunately,
tax.
these are not marked, but I'm just gonna pull out the ones that, the two on the top are the two you have to sign. So yes,
Okay,
No, these
so.
and you have to make a motion and vote on it, cause it's a warrant.
Okay, I will move
Please.
that we approve the warrant for map 409, lot 98,
Yes, you have to
Natalie.
sign top of that and that
for
one.
$1,585.33.
Thank
I need a second, Ben.
I'll second.
you.
Thank you. And all those in favor say aye.
Ben, aye.
Judy, aye. Perfect. It's there.
Thank you. Just gonna attach these so we don't lose them.
Thank you. And
Mhm.
um,
I have news if you want.
okay, I wanna pop to the Catamount Solar Agreement.
Okay.
We have just signatures on that agreement.
Yes.
It's been revised, and let's get that right off of here.
Fabuloso. My
And we
name,
voted last week that we would sign it if the changes we'd asked for were made, and they were, so.
and they were, that's
Okay.
right. And I made lines for all three of you. That stuff's yours, right?
No, on top.
Yes, please. Thank you. The Energy Committee thanks you, the library thanks you.
That's gonna be a nice project.
It sure is.
This one back at you.
Thank you.
Um, Okay. We're going to move the report on exemptions and credits to next week. And do you wanna give us an update on the request for information and production of documents from the utilities? It's on here.
That's what that was. Oh, the question, okay. All right, let me get my brain right.
Okay.
Because you know how that goes.
Actually, I should say the report will not be next week, it will be the next meeting, which is, I believe,
Next
June
meeting, yeah.
1st.
Oh, yeah, so that's what that is. I just wanted you to know that, I sent out a week and a half ago, right after the last meeting, all of the, Sans Souci sends us specific, requests for information from all of the utilities that we have in town in order for them to perform their update. So those have gone out and they're due back, the middle of July. And then hopefully, and the reason why I'm reporting this is because we seem to have some trouble sometimes getting the utility update part of the assessment done, so it holds up the MS1.
Good.
So hopefully this means, and I've communicated with George, that we want all of the, updated utility assessments to us by August 15th at the latest. So then that
Okay.
gives Jordan enough time to enter everything into the computer, and then we can,
So we hopefully can get the
Do the
tax bills
MS.
out a little earlier.
well, this will enable the MS1 to be submitted by September 1st, which, you know, sometimes we, and you also, we had a plan with Todd that he will be coming to the meeting right after we get all the assessments.
So if we get the assessments mid-July, he'd be here by end of July or early August.
Well, by August, yeah, so he can go over everything with you guys on the MS1
Great.
before we ask you to sign it. We have a schedule now, it's really exciting.
Okay, put it in red, yellow highlight.
Yeah.
This is good.
On
We're
your
attempting-
forehead.
We're attempting to get it organized, but
Okay, that'd be great,
anyways, yeah,
so we don't have these lingering questions.
correct.
And if I may ask the question, will the public have access to that information as well?
I think they will have access after it's approved. I'm not sure they will have access earlier.
Okay, because
I
you have
know
some
the
deeply
public
knowledgeable
was-
people that might wanna help, I don't know. So chew on that and see what we could do. Thank you.
You are welcome. Okay. Now,
Oh, we got somebody on a visitor up there.
Yeah, I see that Michelle
Boydston.
Boydston joined us.
okay. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
You
Okay,
wanna do the life safety thing?
yeah, I was just gonna do it
Okay.
next. So we have this Life Safety Institute agreement that we had been reviewing. We were wanting to make some changes to it. And we also sent it to town council and also to our insurance company. And Dina has some updates for us.
Mhm. The changes that were being requested by the board went to the company, and the company's response was, sure, we'll do it, but then we're gonna put it essentially the same
Language.
language
It's
for
indemnification
them.
language, I think.
Correct, for them. So our insurance company said absolutely not, they would not support that. That their insurance, it covers, you know, our insurance covers the town. It doesn't cover any it won't indemnify the LLC that's teaching this class and taking the kids out on clinicals and whatever they're doing for the EMS course, or EMT course, excuse me. Then the attorney suggested that that was correct and supported that. So from there, what's changed, and I haven't even told you this, I don't think, is that Naomi is concerned about the language in the whole agreement, that it's very, it really doesn't accomplish what, the idea behind this signature and the agreement is to get the trainees, the EMT trainees, to be able to go out with the seasoned and certified EMTs to do essentially clinical credits. We've never done this before. Yes, it would help, but the agreement just doesn't explain and cover all of who does what and who's responsible for what. So I had a long conversation with Chief Rich yesterday afternoon. He understands it, he's fine. He says, let's just forget it right now. And if we end up with another group of Lyme EMT trainees, we would address something like this way ahead of time, and we will have an addendum written by Naomi so that everything is clear.
Kosher.
So as long as the board is okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
When I read it yesterday, actually, I was very nervous before I'd even really seen the agreement, because untrained people in an emergency situation can be a difficulty. And usually, at least historically, EMTs do some clinical time in a hospital, in an ER, and under careful supervision.
Right. And they still would, just so
Right,
you know,
but
right.
They,
This was
they'll
more
just get more credits. It's an
for
introduction
watching.
to how it's
Right,
gonna be.
right,
But
right,
I think
exactly.
it's, at least for right now, a better
Yes.
process to.
Well, I think we need an agreement that's written specifically for that, and this agreement was not.
Too broad-based.
Right, it was way too broad-based.
Are you in concurrence with that?
Well, it sounds like we're not gonna do anything, so.
Good. Off it goes. They're still getting their training. They
Yep.
will still
Yep.
have clinical hours.
Yes, absolutely, and
Sounds like the cart got before the horse.
nothing negative about life safety, right, but, you know, I mean, this was their agreement to teach the course and train the kids and do clinicals, it was not geared towards that, so
Right.
nothing negative to them, I don't think it was, they were trying to help. But-
Yep. Okay, so no signature, no agreement.
Right,
Okay. Then, got that, that's next week. We need now, I believe, well, let me just touch base with Ms. Boyston, who's, we're about to go into non-public session, which means we will close down the public portion of this meeting. Did you have some specific thing that you wanted, or you're just interested in how wonderfully we conduct our meetings?
The latter, actually.
Okay.
I had never attended one of your meetings and I was curious, and so I clicked on the link and just kind of wanted to listen in, but I don't have anything, to, add or question or anything like that. I was just curious as a citizen of Lyme, what goes on with the select board, that's
Oh,
all.
we have such a good time here. You're welcome anytime.
Well, good, well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all your hard work and everything you do, and we're lucky to have you.
Oh, you're very sweet, thank you.
Okay, have a great day.
Okay, you too. And Sean, you're
Bye.
with us, did you have anything? No,
bye,
okay.
Michelle, thank you.
Bye-bye. So I'm going to move to go into non-public session under RSA 91-A:3, Roman numeral 2,